Do you finish dinner only to find yourself craving a sweet dessert? Maybe you crave fried food when you're stressed, even though you're not particularly hungry. You're not alone. Hi viewers, and welcome back to another Bestie video. Eating isn't always about feeling hungry. Food cravings or an intense, uncontrollable desire for a specific type of food are common. In fact, it can also influence what you eat. People typically crave dense or high-calorie foods, especially in the late afternoons or evenings. They can also make you feel as if you have less control over what you eat. When you're in the middle of a craving, it's often hard to focus on other things. These can be hard to resist, especially when you're trying to lose weight or live a healthier lifestyle. There are ways by which you can control these unhealthy cravings, and in today's video, we'll tell you what they are. From eating satiating snacks, removing temptations, distracting yourself, brushing your teeth to reducing stress and more. Watch till the end to learn about all of them. Number 1. Stop imposing restrictions on yourself. When you refrain from a food, ice cream for example, you develop an obsession with it. You think about it all the time, and you end up caving in large quantities. Where we could have been satisfied with 2 scoops of ice cream in normal times, now you've eaten half the tub. And if this happens after a calorie restriction, the body will store more in anticipation of an upcoming famine. Don't restrict your diet and prohibit foods, because they all lead to frustration, which further leads to even more harm. What foods have you restricted yourself from eating? Tell us quickly down below in the comment section. Number 2. Eat satiating snacks. Eating a snack may be important at times when you've skipped lunch or have had an active or hectic routine, but not just any snack, of course. Plan your snack in advance, especially if you fall for food. These should consist of foods high in fiber and protein that are satiating, unlike sugar. It could be anything like a cup of curd or yogurt with some dried figs, any low glycemic fruit like an apple or kiwi, or a handful of almonds or seed trail mix. Number 3. Avoid your craving hotspots. Can't resist the soft pretzels when you smell them baking at the mall? Absent-mindedly snack from the pantry while you're trying to decide what to make for dinner? Researchers found the most effective mindfulness-based technique in controlling cravings is to simply break your usual habits. Walk on the opposite side of the pretzel shop at the mall, or better yet, avoid that wing altogether. Plan dinner at the office or even in the living room where you already know what's in your fridge and pantry. Number 4. Think about the results of giving in. Turns out that your mother's old adage, once on your lips, forever on your hips, has some validity. Researchers used MRI scans to examine the brain activity of people looking at pictures of drool-worthy food. The best way to break their fixation was to have them ponder the negative, long-term consequences of eating the food. Focusing on the negative lit up regions of the brain related to willpower. Number 5. Remove temptations. Do you crave a cookie every time you see the cookie jar sitting on your kitchen counter? When temptations are easily visible, you may be more likely to crave the food. You can move the cookie jar into a cabinet or a food closet so you don't have to see it. You could even consider storing the cookies at a site in a different container instead of the cookie jar. When moving the items out of sight, it makes it a little harder to grab them. Put them on a higher shelf instead of one that's easy to reach or in a cabinet you rarely use. This strategy can even work in the workplace. Do you find yourself craving sweets at work because treats are sitting out in the open in the workplace kitchenette? See if your coworkers would be okay dedicating a particular cabinet for treats. Interested yet? Make sure you join our millions of followers and hit that subscribe button for all our great bestie content. Number 6. Hydrate. One of the easiest ways to stop cravings is to hydrate. When you feel the urge to sneak into the pantry and pull out the chips, try drinking 2 or more cups of water. Another great option is to make a cup of herbal tea, which can relax you enough to forget about food altogether. According to research, just 8 ounces of water can be effective enough to fill up the stomach and turn you off of food, all while consuming 0 calories. You can also try detox water to boost metabolism. They flavor water with healthy ingredients like lemon juice and fruit. Number 7. Distract yourself. Boredom can be a big reason you suddenly feel hungry. If you're not tired but it's too late to snack, simply distract yourself. Oftentimes, a strange craving for chips or cookies is merely psychological and not your body telling you it's time to eat. As weird as it may sound, doing something unappetizing like cleaning your toilet or taking out the cat litter can be a great distraction. You can also try distracting yourself with an evening walk around the block. Walking briskly for 15 minutes can reduce cravings for chocolate. You can even try distracting yourself by meditating, which lowers levels of stress. Stress boosts the hormone cortisol, which triggers the urge to eat unhealthy foods high in fat and sugar. Number 8. Set an alarm on your phone. What happens when you're too busy to skip breakfast or lunch? You become famished and end up swallowing everything in sight. Skipping meals is like tossing gasoline on a smoldering fire, fueling some serious hunger pangs and causing overeating. To avoid that, set your phone's alarm to buzz every 3 or 4 hours to remind you to have something small to eat. Researchers have found that scheduled eating helps people manage appetite, avoid cravings, and lose weight. Number 9. Pay attention to your body. While many cravings have emotional or environmental causes, some result from what's going on in your body. Sugar cravings, for example, can often increase around menopause, when some people's bodies start having more difficulty processing sugar. You can have sugar crashes really easily, and the quickest way your body knows to solve that problem is to have something sugary. Iron deficiency has been linked to cravings for iron-rich foods like beef and even some non-foods like dirt or chalk. And if you're on an extremely restrictive diet and start to crave protein-rich foods, it might mean you're protein malnourished. Number 10. Spice things up. We sometimes get stuck in an eating rut, sticking to the same simple meals every day because we know they're safe. But as they say, variety is the spice of life. And spice is a savior when you're swapping out sugar. Some of the most unique flavors are derived from easily accessible spices that don't contain any added sugar, such as red pepper and cinnamon. Number 11. Increase your protein intake. Did you ever crave for junk food in the middle of the day and still did not get satisfied after eating? Usually this happens when the amount of protein you've eaten during the day is not enough. The best way for you to make this tip work is to increase your protein intake during breakfast. It's not a secret that this mineral is a perfect starter. Protein can help increase your energy throughout the day. You can be more productive and you'll be able to concentrate more on your work without craving for something that's unhealthy. Proteins aren't just for building muscle. They have a bunch of other benefits for your body as well. Learn more about them by watching 20 Foods High in Protein That You Should Be Eating. Now back to smart ways to crush your cravings. Number 12. Dodge sugar pushers. While most people will support your get healthy mission, there are a few who will try to derail your efforts. At a birthday or holiday dinner, you might notice your mom trying to persuade you to eat dessert, or your friends eye-rolling because you turned down a cocktail. Even your spouse can morph into a sugar pusher when he or she wants to hit you with that all-you-can-eat pasta joint. While you should definitely tell your friends, family, coworkers, and significant others what you're trying to accomplish, you need to go the extra step and actively ask them for their encouragement and cooperation. If they still try to lure you to sugary foods, stay strong and know this: it's not about you. It's about them not feeling fantastic about their own choices and not wanting to be left behind. Stick to the plan, and they will definitely stop trying to lead you astray. Better yet, your compliance could inspire them to make some positive changes of their own. Number 13. Brush your teeth. Are you eyeing the bag of barbecue potato chips? How about a candy bar? You can literally wash that taste right out of your mouth. Get up, go to the bathroom, and brush your teeth with a minty toothpaste. Swish a little minty mouthwash, floss your teeth, and as a final touch, apply some peppermint lip balm. Once your mouth is feeling clean and fresh, you won't want to spoil it with salty chips or sugary candy. Number 14. Reduce your stress. If you've been extra stressed lately, that could explain a sudden increase in cravings. Stress and junk food go hand in hand, and one way to get those sugary foods off your mind is by simply calming your nerves. Studies have shown that increasing stress can make you want sweet food in particular, and lots of it. Lowering your stress levels with methods like meditation and exercise can help get your eating patterns back on track. One of the most important foods that people crave is sugar, but there are many other alternatives to it as well which are equally sweet and healthier. Learn more about them by watching 13 blood sugar friendly foods, or 18 healthy snacks if you're a diabetic. So go ahead and watch one or both of these videos for maximum benefits. What food do you crave the most when you're on a diet? Let us know in the comment section below.